Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, we have with us today a wonderful director of a feature debuting today, February 5th, at the Santa Barbara International Film Festival. The film is called Magic Hour, and the name of this director is Jacqueline Christy. Say hello, Jacqueline.
Hello, I'm so happy to be here.
Oh, yeah, it's awesome to have you here. I watched the movie this morning, and it's exactly what I needed to start my day. This movie's awesome. There's an excellent blend of comedy, drama, and it's funny because you made a coming of age movie for somebody who's already of age, which is really hard to do. Can you talk about why that's an important thing to do? Because people are, people in their 40s exist and they don't know what to do with their lives.
That's actually a really good answer to that question. Yes, I think that that's exactly it. When you hit your 40s, you might have spent decades telling yourself, "Oh, my dream, it's too crazy," and procrastinating, and no one wants to hear what I have to say anyway. And then you get to your 40s and like, well, I better do something with my life now. You only live once. Let's go for it. So this movie is for those people or for that part of all of us that questions your own dreams and says, "Oh, it's too foolish and why bother?" and all those things. And sometimes when you get a little older, you sort of say, "Hey, man, I gotta go for it because otherwise I'm never gonna get to live my dream. So let's do it now." So that's why it's someone a little bit older. Although you could do this at any time in your life, you can reclaim a lost dream anytime.
I agree with you completely. It reminded me of two quotes from different places. I remember I was thinking of a line from La La Land. Here's to the fools who dream. And then I don't know if you've ever heard of the song by Boz Lerman, "Everybody's Free to Wear Sunscreen." And he says, "Didn't I didn't know at 22 what I wanted to do with their lives. Some of the most interesting 40-year-olds I know still don't." And I thought about that particular quote. Uh, you had to have been ecstatic to get Miriam on because she's phenomenal in this. Can you talk about getting her on the project?
Okay, so she's a dream come true. She can do absolutely anything. She's an extraordinary actress. And I was looking, I knew the heart and soul of the movie would be that character, the actress who played that character. And so I, scoured the universe. And when I encountered Miriam's work, I was like, whoa, this is the person. And I looked at her dramatic work, which is extraordinary. I looked at her comedic work, which is amazing. And then there were pieces that I saw where she could do both at the same time, which is incredibly hard. And as you just saw the movie, so some scenes are played straight for drama and some are played 100% for comedy, but a lot of them are both. And you don't want to make fun of the character. You want to still keep us engaged with the character, but also, laughing at the craziness of her life. And Miriam can do that like nobody else. So I'm very happy I've got Miriam Shore in this movie. She kills it.
She's also just a great actress, honestly. I have to ask you, how much of yourself is in this movie?
Uh-oh. Well, okay. So in my 40s, I decided to reclaim a long lost dream of going to film school. And I was lucky enough to go to the NYU graduate film program, which I loved. And then I thought, okay, I'm going to make a movie about it. So I will admit that that one part of this movie is very much inspired by true events, but the rest of it I made up.
I think you did a great job with it. I really loved your subtle nods, your subtle picks at modern film students and at the modern film industry as well with the director of photography role. I thought those were all very, very well done. Good punches there. I like it when directors aren't afraid to do that. Also, I love that the film being made inside the film is this film that it's in. I saw that
Oh,
on the boards, the clappers. It was like Julia, Jacqueline Christie, and it had your film. Like, okay, that's meta as hell. I love it. I want to ask you just,
also, by
yeah,
the way, indie filmmaker note, we didn't have a prop slate. We just used the slate we were actually using for the movie. So it was a little bit maybe you could call cost effective to do it that way.
yeah. I mean, those things are expensive. I don't blame you, especially the digital ones. I'm going to ask you just a couple more. These are fun questions. We always like to get these out of the way at the end. First one, easy. Who are some people that inspire you to be a director, to be you, who you are as a person?
Oh, wow. Okay. Well, so I loved Lady Bird. I thought that was a fantastic movie. And so it was something that I love the blend of comedy and drama. You care so much about the characters, but also you're laughing. and I thought they did that effortlessly and beautifully. Any Nora Ephron movie, pretty much. I love her worldview. Again, soulful but funny as hell. And sorry if I'm not allowed to say that. Funny as heck, and also just so smart. And so I sort of aspire to be those kinds of filmmakers.
I love Nora Ephron. I'm a big romantic comedy fan, so I love that choice there. And the last question, very difficult question, hardest question of the day. You can only watch two films for the rest of your life. What two and why?
Ah, that is a really hard question. Okay, so The Apartment, which is an old Billy Wilder.
Yes,
Okay, winner.
1960, Billy Wilder. Great choice.
There are so many things I could. Obviously, we could talk about this movie for a long time, but I'll just say one thing about it. There's a lot of things to say. First of all, the blend of comedy and drama, 100%, is amazing. But there's something a little bit subversive about the movie in that, for anyone who's hasn't seen it, I'm about to say something that kind of gives it away. Is that okay? Is that all right?
Go ahead.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
So this guy wants to succeed in the world as it is in a very conventional way and is willing to give up his soul to do so, basically. His ethics. He knows it's kind of like, not right. But by the end, he becomes a mensch by giving up on his job because his job is kind of corrupt and the system is kind of corrupt and he doesn't have a job by the end. So the thing that he's trying for, devoting his whole life to, which is climbing up the corporate ladder, he gives up for love and to be a mensch, to be a good guy. So even though it's a comedy and even though you might not notice the kind of commentary underneath, I think it's a beautiful commentary. It's like live your own truth, live what is right ethically for you, and not what society tells you. Especially if you're sort of like, oh, this is compromising ethically. Maybe So I love the ending because it's a romantic ending, but it's also saying something else, which because you obviously love the movie as well.
Shut up and deal. I love that film. What's the second one?
Oh, man, that's a hard one. I was going to say Lady Bird again. I guess I'll just stick with that because I love that movie and I feel like it makes me laugh. It makes me cry. It resonates on so many levels. I think it's going to endure for a really long time because it's got a lot of universal themes in it.
It's
Also, because
just a
of
film. I agree with you completely. Back to the apartment. There's just so much stuff in there that works in a modern mindset. That whole scene at the New Year's party with the compact, when she says it makes me look how I feel, that shouldn't have worked in 1960, and it still works today.
yeah, it's incredibly timely today. Yeah, and it's
Yeah,
beautiful, beautiful. Like that's really beautiful. Yeah, it just works on a lot of levels, and it kind of sneaks up on you. You know what I mean? Because it's
yeah,
romantic,
yeah.
but it has so much depth to it. So yeah, that's a beautiful one. I'm glad you love that too.
I love Billy Wilder in general, but the apartment's one of my favorites. We actually did a whole 3 hour podcast about Billy Wilder, so we could go on for days about that. Love that
Okay.
one. Loved this movie. It does debut tonight at the Santa Barbara International Film Festival. So if you're in the area, you can watch Magic Hour, and you definitely should because Jacqueline's put together what I think is a very, very good mix of comedy and drama. But it's not high drama, but it's very real drama. Um, and I loved the mix there. I thought you did a great job. Is there anything you want to tell the audience before I let you go?
Okay, yes, I will say one thing. Tonight's premiere is at 5 p.m., but tomorrow's second screening is at 8:20 in the morning. I would love an audience for that early bird in you out there. Please come because I think tonight, hopefully, I think we'll be sold out, but tomorrow morning might not be sold out. So please come tomorrow morning. But also, the bigger thing that I want to say is whatever that long lost dream you have doesn't have to be going to film school. It doesn't have to be something specific like that. But we all have a long lost dream. I really feel like you should go for it. We need your voice. We want your voice and the world is open to that. So don't feel like you have to hide yourself. Bring out your voice and go for it. You're only here once.
You absolutely nailed that. This film made me want to dust off a script I've been working on for many years. So, I'm going to go ahead and try to finish that thing eventually. Uh, Guys, it's a really awesome film that we've checking out. And I see a lot of movies, and I go to a lot of festivals. If you are in the Santa Barbara area, go to that 8 o'clock screening because tonight's is going to be a madhouse. It's going to be busy. It's going to be full. So wake up early, have a nice coffee, go see this movie at 8 o'clock. I sit at 8 o'clock in the morning, and I felt ready for the rest of my day. Jacqueline, thank you so much for talking about your movie. If anybody wants to hit you up on the internet and talk about how awesome your movie is, where can they do?
Oh, yeah. So we have a website at magichour.us. We also our Instagram handles Magic Hour Movie. So nice and easy. Please reach
Pretty
out.
simple. Pretty
Friends.
simple. When this interview goes up, we'll link that. Thank you so much for giving us any part of your day. They only gave me 10 minutes, and we're about up. Thank you so much, and have a wonderful rest of your day, Jeff.
Thank you so much.